Welcome back here to the channel. In this video I'll be talking about how to make this a good activity for also ensuring that you are building a quality product or just an exercise within system development. That's in regards to building quality products is the task network diagram. It's been a while since I made it. I think I have it here in my notes somewhere. So in my notebook, which I carry around and use for studying, it's I think I draw it here once, and this is in regards to an exercise where we were given an example, just a case from a theory in theory, and here we draw the network diagram, and the task that was given was to first of all we were showing a table. I don't have the table here, but that could be interesting for anyone to view. But the table had some tasks, and the tasks were all categorized in it was a G. It was given a capital letter, or it's these capital letters that you see. So and then there was also an hour estimate to it. So imagine there was a table here, and there was a something that says task G there was a path or some order, what do you call it, a row, like an order to it. So G was supposed to be before A and E, and they had this hour count, because that's what we need in order to make a task network diagram. We need to make an hour count, and this is I think I can show it here. So let me just see here. We have a imagine. Now I'm just pulling up this table here. So recent, and then just say a new one here. So we're just gonna use this new app Freeform here. So I'm just gonna check it, and then we'll make the quick example here. So let's just sketch a table. So that's not as easy as I thought, but let's just have it here. So somewhere A, and then we had the and then before that came B and C, like we can see here. So we can have the G, and then we have before that A and E, and G had somewhat of a count of 4 hours. So, and then there were more rows to this. So yeah, I think you get the sense of it. So what we need to do is what I did was so you have the G here. We start on 0. So this is the first task that comes into us, and this the 0. Yeah, what is the first task we need to be done when we start this sprint with different tasks or user story. So I think this is perhaps, I'm not sure, but this is related to tasks. So this is within the user story, for example. So and the user story has different subtasks. I think you can also move it in. You can like take it out a broader level, so you would watch it as sprints, like user stories within a sprint. I'm not sure you're going to do it on a broader scale, but this scale is, I think we would consider it in the task. So task, after all, it's a task network diagram. So you go, you say, okay, we have the G, it's 4 hours. Okay, so we put here where we start, and this is where we finish. This is when after 4 hours we're done with this task, or 4 units. And then our next one is A. So A will then start. It will start here at the this is the first possible count it can start. So it starts at 4, and then it lasts. The estimation of the task is 1 unit, so it will 1 hour. So this will be then at 5, that because added to 1 plus 4 is 5. So this would the duration we will end up in the end just all from all this it's 5 hours. So the progress is 5 here, and here it's 3 hours E, so it will be 7. So 4 plus 3 is 7. Then there is then we go continue on to so after this E, then we have D and we have C. So E is related to the task of E needs to be done before C, and D can only be done when E is done. So like maybe that's a better way of speaking. So C can first of all be started when E has to be started after E is completed, and D also. And this way in this way it continues. So we add the hours here, so that you can see here. So 4 plus 5, or 1 plus 4 is 5, and then continue on to 5 here, and 5. So it will continue at 5, and then 4 plus 5 is 9. So and this is I don't remember the exact terms of it. I don't know if I wrote it down. So I think I can just. It has some specific name that could be interesting to you to know. I don't know if it's something about. It's a possible earliest preface. Okay. I don't have it here, but I think we can continue on because that's not so necessary with the terms. So there's in between here we have a slack, and I think that's so we go here and then we see. Okay, so if we continue here, so 5, 9, and then we see that this is goes on to 17, sorry, and that's because we have a slack of 8. There's a difference between these two tasks because the task order cannot be manipulated. So this is the relation is the B has to be before task I can be done. The B has to be finished. That's what the arrow shows. So then we have to then there will the path to I is also related or is dependent on the H task. So we just so in order for us to finish I, we have to both B is dependent on B and H, but H seems to be it has to go a more critical, like it has to go another path. It can go, the task has more paths to I than it just has one. So we have to make H before somewhat. We have to make we're dependent. We cannot just go from B to I because we also have H here coming up. So in that sense, we have some slack here between these stories or these tasks, and this is also these we have. So we not only have these numbers that says something about the first possible. So these are if we went directly to finish this is these numbers were correct, like that would be the way. That would be like a 9 at 9 hours we will be done with B. But then we also have these numbers down here. So we have 13 and we have 17, and these can be calculated from the slack here. So that says that when we have finished these paths, we can then say that this task, this is the latest it can be done, and this is the latest it can be started. So because it has to count for 4 hours. So therefore you will say that, or you could wait, you could you could postpone this task to be done here. So if you had instead of just finishing this right after A, you would just then postpone this, so you could finish in relation. That it opens up for some slack here. So therefore we say that this has a slack of 8, because this is you are able to postpone this from 5 to 13 actually. So therefore the difference between here is 8, the slack of 8. And here you also, when we go down here, because then we have this other term that is our critical path, and because this has some slack in it, this path, so we will view this as a path here going from that way. Then if we see some slack here, this is perhaps not our most critical path, because we can slack, we have some slack here, excess time for finishing the path. So we'll go down here and say that this slack, this also has, so if this is not the only path, so we also have another path here. So going here from A to C, we also do the same. We calculate here, say like we also have some slack here, but here should, I think it's, I don't know, I'm sure if this is correct, but it's a long time I did it. But this is, the overall is correct. So we will see that you get the example at least. But this is so going here, will be our critical path, because our critical path is the way that is critical for us to finish here at I, and that involves a lot of tasks here. So we need to be, and then that is what the task network diagram here can show us, that in this path, or this path of tasks, the way we structure our user story, this is the critical path down here. So G, E, D, F, H, I would be the one we should put our attention to finishing the completion of this. These are not so critical, but will also need to be done. But you get the sense of it. That this is what the task network helps us identify, that we have where we should put our attention during the development, so we can ensure that we focus we put the right focus here. So this is very helpful, very useful to know, at least when you are developing software with a quality purpose. So I hope you got this. Give it a try, at least if you're in the time for it.